hits the bench. Flip from Manzano. Here's Cornish. In the corner he goes, Jeremy Cornish. He's been talking for about the last 10 minutes, Jeremy Cornish. He's not been on the ice because of short-handed situations as Manzano gets wrecked there by Brad Voth. And I just wonder whether this is coming. Cornish skates by Voth. Takes a deflection again. Here is Voth in there. Just has a little touch, and those two are going to go. Here they go then. It's Voth against Cornish, and Voth throws the big right to get started. It's rights and lefts. Good lefts from Cornish. Cornish throwing good punches here. Voth, such a big man. And Cornish loses some of his equipment as they hang on. This is a good scrap. Cornish having a good tilt. He's pinned on the net now. Voth just trying to get a hand in there to throw some rights. Linesman will now leap in. Well, that one's been brewing for about 13 or 14 minutes. And Jeremy Cornish, well, he kisses the badge of the Sheffield Steelers. He puts his fingers up to the crowd. Voth goes towards the penalty box. I'm not sure whether to make comment on what's being played. Hey JC, win a fight for me. I think that's the line. Well, he did that. Steelers winning on the scoreboard. They're winning down the alley. And big Jeremy Cornish. Well, a few 22 shirts will be sold on the back of that. It's reversed by the Devils. Given up though, Phillips going to get in. Can he get a piece of that? There's a lot of pressure on those far boards. Now Adams tries to come the other way. Big hit coming by Dagenet. Oh, it's on the knee. And Dagenet is going to have to stand up, and here we go. We've got everybody. Everybody's in there. Brad Voth has jumped out of the penalty box. And now here we go. Everybody's going on the ice. Jared Adams is trying to get up, and he's swinging with Dagenet. Brad Voth is sent right to the bench. Jared Adams is clutching at that knee. Dagenet just looks over him. Adams is going to be hurting. He's not very happy. Let's hope that that doesn't do more damage to him. Adams will go straight off the ice. He'll probably follow Dagenet straight down the tunnel. We'll get the boos of the home faithful. Well, as Adams came across, Dagenet made the hit, and I wasn't sure whether it was a knee on knee, possibly. Really dangerous in hockey. Well, I'm not sure whether it was hip on knee. Well, the fans are cutting it apart. 1:33 to go in this one. Fella just 3 or 4 seats along saying they're not going to be pushed around, these Steelers. Don't worry about that. The fans are enjoying it. They're standing tall, they're standing tough. And I wonder what calls Nigel Boniface, the referee, is going to make it. Tate will just help it down, and Brad Voth comes across and has a few words. 29 seconds to go. Something like there's a whistle out there as Tate will come again. Voth misses as he was headhunting. Oh, Voth hacks and whacks, and the Sheffield Steelers are going to go here. Here's Beer. It's going to be fights all over the ice. Ashley Tate's already linked up with his man. Ozaire's crossed the blue line. Jody Lehman wants to go. And it's the new man, Sylvain Deschalais, who's linked up with Ashley Tate. Ashley Tate's just looking at him like, are you mad? 7 seconds to go. Brad Voth with the biggest slash on the back of Steve Munn's legs. Deschalais will go towards the penalty box. Brad Voth, well, he gets kicked out of this game. Jody Lehman saying plenty as he watches Brad Voth off. Those two having a few words. It's old-time hockey in the House of Steel. Double the orders. 7 to go. I like it. Well, the referee's trying to figure it all out. I think we'll have 2 or 3 more ejections. 2 great slashes. One from Brad Voth, and the baseball swing then came from Ashley Tate, who went absolutely berserk. Steve Munn, I think, got involved then. So, winning start for the Sheffield Steelers, a winning start for Jeremy Cornish as well. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was a good game. I think everyone played well, and we're just proving that we're not going to get bullied around our rink, and I think we all stuck up for each other tonight.
Do you have to make a statement as a team, because on paper you are one of the smaller teams in the league, and against Cardiff they are much bigger, they're much heavier, and people would expect them to be able to shove you around?
Yeah, I think so, but this is going to be our rink, and we just want to make sure that we're getting all the points we can in this rink, and like I said, we're going to stick up for each other and win as many games here that we can.
Now, you were pretty active, not just dropping the gloves and having to deal with Brad Voth, but before that it was a good sort of 13-14 minutes where you were yapping like it's going out of fashion.
Yeah, I think that you know, he didn't step up when they went down, and I thought it was a good time to maybe get in his head a little bit. You know, if our team goes down 2 goals, we're all going to be fired up and wanting to come back, and they just kind of lied dead. So I just kind of wanted to get in his head a little bit and see what would happen.
How did it go? Because he seemed pretty unsure as to whether he wanted to go with you, and it took you dropping your stick, throwing your gloves, and by the time he took your helmet off, he eventually decided he was going to go.
Yeah, I didn't give him much choice tonight. I think that he had to fight, and you know, I kind of wanted to call him out a bit. I think that all game he was running around. He got Leguia with a separated shoulder tonight, and that's not going to happen here. So I think that, like I said, we're just not going to get bullied around.
How did you do?
Oh, I think I did fine.
Congrats, well done tonight.
Oh, thank you very much.
Sheffield Steelers, Jeremy Cornish, delighted. 5-1 victors here at the House of Steel.
PC Drury on a one-time pass to Richardson. Richardson will collect and hit the red line. It's taken out of the play by Ben Morgan. Morgan does a sterling job there and then gets hit late by McCaslin. McCaslin and the kid. Now Richardson goes out to McCaslin right out in front, second bite of the cherry for PC Drury. It's still there with Stancock, and it's still all Panthers at the moment, and that all stems from the hit on from McCaslin on young Ben Morgan. We'll see if there's any ramifications from that as Talbot tries to pick up on a bouncing puck, and he can't do so. 2.5 minutes left, first period. Steelers get a little bit of a puck on a bouncing, bobbling puck for the Panthers, but the Panthers still with good puck possession. Sheffield might have had the start of the first 5 minutes, and here we go now. Steve Munn and McCaslin. And this is all because McCaslin went after the young British kid, and Munn hits with one right, then with the second right. They're holding on here. McCaslin throws a right of his own and makes contact. McCaslin seems to have got the right free where Munn doesn't have at the moment. McCaslin with an uppercut and a right over the top. Munn throws a right of his own, now throws a left, now throws an uppercut, then throws an uppercut again, and McCaslin goes to his knees. And I think Steve Munn looks at his own bench and says, come on. McCaslin hit the kid.
Munn was taking, he was taking, not retribution, but like you said, there was a big rock there, and Munn,
that's the hit right there.
And Morgan had his head down. McCaslin rocked his world.
Bang.
I gotta say, I don't find anything too wrong with that hit, Dave. I mean, he did have his head turned. He just played the puck away. But Munn then decided, you know what, I'm not going to have one of the young British guys who's been working his socks off for the last 18 minutes rock like that. He steps up to the plate. and sends a message to the Nottingham Panthers.
Another thing, the Sheffield Steelers have been dominated in the last 5 or 10 minutes by the Nottingham Panthers. Perhaps Steve Munn was saying to his team, come on, this is how I'm going to get you going as well. Let's get some momentum back into this game, some energy into the Sheffield Steelers, because the Panthers have had the jump on them in the last 5 minutes.
Exactly. There's a lot of talk about how physical the game can be, and there's no need for senseless violence in the game. But sometimes a fight is very strategic and used in the right way to get the momentum going towards you. Like you say, Nottingham have been dominating for the last 10 minutes. I think he went down there, blocked the pathway, and down went for the shot. Well, you know, you'd like to say on 2-on-1s, a good pass, it builds a lot of team morale, but he went for the sure thing, the shot on goal.
Robin, here we go. Ryan Schmier versus Jeremy Cornish. This is a proper scrap. This is a proper heavyweight battle between these two players. Cornish in white and orange. You can see that Schmier's going to lead with the left, and they both throw opposite hands here. The right of Schmier, the left of Cornish. Both are connecting. Who's connecting most? It's hard to tell, but these are two tough guys doing the toughest job in hockey. Schmier's had to fight a lot recently. Throws a big left there, throws another left over the top. Cornish comes back with a left of his own. Cornish hits with a great left there, hits with another left there. And now they're two tight buddies.
They're getting tired and they tie up right now. A good toe-to-toe scrap there, Dave. Two big men making a statement. Cornish kissing the steel of his shirt. And again, they just sit there. They knew right off the draw that they were going to do this. They're going to do this before the play gets going. They both have lungs full of air. They take off the mitts, take off the helmets, and go at it like men.
And this is what proper scrapping's all about, Nick, isn't it?
It is.
You know what? No cheap shots. We're two tough guys. Let's go at it good and proper.
Yeah. And Schmier obviously saying, you know, I want to try and step up to the plate here to get my Panthers teammates going, and a good toe-to-toe fight.
Good.
I'm thoroughly happy. I'm not going to go see any boxing over the weekend now.
Would you say that was an even fight? I think. Schmier threw some big lefts early doors. Cornish came back in the latter stages.
I think Cornish had some big heavy shots in there. Schmier had a lot of shots, but I'd say it's definitely a draw.
Devils try and come in. Oh, Steelers were headhunting through Ashley Tate. Scrappy right now. Big hit in front of the Steelers bench. And now Ashley Tate's having a bit of a go, and here we go. Everybody's going down there. Brad Voth's trying to get across. Penalty's coming. Is it going to just be a scrum, or is there going to be a bit more to it? Deschalais having his fair say with Dagenet. I think there'll be penalties both ways, but you can just tell through the course of that shift it was all about a spillover. Dagenet will skate on the ice. Well, we await the official call here. Only Randy Dagenet goes to the penalty box. That can't be the only call. Well, home fans not happy. Murray having the discussion. Well, Murray Hansen now comes to explain the call. He does want somebody surely from the Devils group. Mark O'Conan comes across. Mark O'Conan explaining.
A penalty against the Liberator Sheffield Steelers, wearing 12, Randy Dagenet, a 2-minute minor penalty for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct.
2 + 10 for Dagenet.
12, Randy Dagenet, 2-minute minor penalty for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. A penalty against the Cardiff Devils, 21, Sylvain Deschatelet, 2-minute minor penalty for elbows. Devils 21, Sylvain Deschatelet, a 2-minute penalty for elbows.
Well, we're going to go 4-on-4 here.
Penalty also time 31-44.
And clearing the zone for the Sheffield Steelers.
Oh.
Well, Saric has taken Moline down and he's got a penalty for it. The fans are booing like mad. Saric and Sheffield arguing with the referee.
Oh, to me from up here, it looked like a fair hit. He just hit him with his shoulder. Guy had his head down, like he says, what for what for what.
Well, this could well be the game though, boys. 125, a 5-on-3.
I think you're right, he did bump into him, but I think it was the 3 or 4 steps he took to mow him into the boards. I think that's what did it.
Sorry, Bergin gives it away but gets it back, but now it's out of the zone. Stanchuk can't keep it in, tries to freeze it on the boards to get a whistle to give him a chance to regroup, but the referee's having none of it. Finity's battling, the referee shouting, play it.
Blow the whistle,
the clock's running down, the puck's loose and now he's blown it.
This is when trouble starts. Yeah.
He wouldn't blow the whistle when the puck was frozen, and now he's blown it and the puck's loose.
Right into the bench.
England win in rugby's World Cup semi-final tonight. We will be looking to bring next Saturday's face-off forward by 1 hour to 6 p.m. to enable you to follow both events. If England win in rugby, we will look.
Cornish has given it some. Obviously, he's ready for the time, and he's offering it to Schmeers. But I think Schmeers will play it smart. He's biding his time. He's a long way to go in this game yet.
Well, Schmeersy knocked Cornish out. He sparked him last year.
Well, Cornish is not that smart, so I think he'll just have a try and have another go at him. I think that's what the fighters are like. They'll try and keep going.
I wouldn't want him on my pub quiz team, put it that way.
No.
Dagenet. Now there's a bit of a discussion going on. Push and shove. Dagenet sent. That was boarding. Ashley Tate having a chat with Ryan Schmier. That won't go anywhere else.
Cornish will be out on the next. I'm surprised Cornish is talking to his coach here. Here he comes. It's coming now. He's going to have a word and it's going to start because he's changed in the lineup. He's had a word. There's been a bump from behind. He's not happy with a check in the corner, and here it is going to happen right now.
He pulls Manzano out of the face-off, and he has words with Schmier.
I know it's going to happen. They're talking. If Schmier's sensible though, but he can't because he's offering it. He can't back down here now this time. Here it comes. He'll probably be all over him like a dirty shirt now. But Schmier's is playing a bit smart now. He's playing a bit smart. If he's smart, we can maybe draw a penalty here as well.
Here we go. Yeah, he's been smart so far.
He is smart. Ryan's a lot smarter, I think, than Corney. Corney just wants the big fight. That's all he's after. But Ellis is now changing his lines. He's been smart now. Here it comes. Look, chicken. Yeah, the old chicken signs. It's going to happen in a bit, though.
Oh, now Cornish doing the big chicken wings to Ryan
Schmier. It
so
long until the chicken starts.
That got to him. Ellis pointing to his head to Cornish, saying he's smart, you're not.
I reckon there's some incitement, though. The ref should be stepping in on this right now.
I totally agree with that. The referee should be stepping in there. Here we go. Got the skating.
Ryan Schmier is taking the mickey out of Cornish's skating ability.
This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. They're winding each other up.
But the ref's letting it go, and he should be having a word. Look, but obviously he wants it to happen.
This is in the rule book here. The referee should understand it's incitement. If a player incites another player, then he should get an automatic penalty.
Pad save, goes wide. Wallenberg this time rips it. Thomas keeps it in, but his one-timer is picked off, and Nielsen gets it forward to McCaslin. McCaslin gets it forward to Nielsen. And Nielsen's throwing punches. Jody Lehman's come over. Well, it's hard from our angle up high looking down to say it was anything other than a hip check, but Corey Nielsen took exception to it. He thought he'd been submarined.
I think Corey's exception was the fact that he feels it was quite low on the legs. That was the main thing. That's the main thing.
Yeah, he caught him pretty low. Being a big guy there, I think he caught him below the knee, so I think that's why he's a bit pissed
Mark
off.
Thomas is well cut. He's bleeding.
Yeah, well, that could be hitting Nielsen out the game because he's banged his head off the ice. So it depends on what the referee calls here. But that's just an old-fashioned, we're talking about old-fashioned, but that's like an old-fashioned hip check. But like you said, Matt, I think Nielsen didn't accept it that way.
Well, he's not being thrown to the dressing room.
Well, that should be a 2+10 if he's, or maybe out the game for banging his head on the ice.
He's not sent him, but he's obviously going to talk to his linesman now and see what the linesman saw. But yeah, he obviously just lost it a bit there. I mean, Nielsen normally plays a tough game, but he wasn't happy about something there.
I didn't see him bang his head off the ice. He's playing for Nottingham. He just threw some nice clean punches.
All of the Panthers away to Belfast and Edinburgh. Flights from only $18.99 normally, including taxes and charges. Check out EIHL.com for more detail.
Yeah. It's good. It's intensity's here, which is good.
Ken Taggart always used to give him 2 minutes each for delaying the game for that, didn't he?
Yeah, he could do.
They want to face off outside the zone as well.
Right now, Nottingham's got a slight problem. They've got 7 guys on the ice.
Well, really, the face-off, by the looks of the ref, has got to be outside now, so they've done Sheffield a favour.
Oh, so have they. They've got 7. By Corey Nielsen behind the play. Won't be Corey Nielsen's job to fight. Comes across for the big hip check on him. McCaslin inside to Stanchuk. McCaslin leveled, nothing given.
Infinity comes in short side. Oh, and he just gave Fankhauser a whack, and Kluche is not happy about that. Kluche decks his man. No call by the ref either. You can just see there Phoenix are pretty ticked off there. You don't touch their goaltender. Fankhauser's out of the crease. He's exchanging words with the player that did it, Finnerty. Kluche took care of him though, so now we're... And you can see here the Phoenix are just trying to keep the Steelers on the outside and not give them any quality opportunities in front of the net, as there's a little mix-up here after the whistle. Phoenix are pretty ticked off because someone gave Fankhauser a little nudge there after the whistle, so just trying to protect their goaltender and let the Steelers know that they're not going to be pushed around tonight. So things are sort of into the open net. And as we see here, gloves are dropped, fans are on their feet, guys just chucking the knuckles here. You can see Stoffaker, the little guy, he's throwing hard. Oh, there's a connector. Trying to get the helmet off there is Hewitt. Hewitt and Stoffaker are about the same size, but these little lightweights, they can throw. You can just see how strong Stoffaker here he is. He's trying to hold off Hewitt, who's trying to get at him. He's trying to get his helmet off so he doesn't cut up his fingers. The refs are waiting to see when they can get in here. Stoffaker says he's not done, but there you can just see there, the fans are going crazy. They like the fighting. They're crazy-eyed. He's not done. He's looking for him again. And that's the first win in 4 games for the Phoenix. They've lost a few at home, and now to get back on track.
Time in their own end to be able to figure a way out of it. As now as it is cleared down the ice, Steelers cut it back out again though. Cornish tries to take it down the boards. Huge hit in their own zone from the Phoenix. 2 big hits, and there's a man down. There's a man relatively hurt for the Sheffield Steelers. Will there be a penalty on the play?
In his rush, so he makes a bad pass. And he's going to have a chance to clear the puck, but no, it goes to Hoppe, who fires one right into the body, and then Hoppe, and then Cloutier on Warren Tate, and now there's a free-for-all. Warren Tate slashed Huppy after Huppy had taken the shot. Cloutier comes in and hammers Warren Tate into the board, and then we have a 5-on-5 face wash.
The stick did get a little high there, and you see a caught Huppy, and Cloutier defending his player there, but really against a guy like Tate and Cloutier going off, it's a bit of a mismatch, and right now I know which one I'd want off the ice.
Let's see, the shot comes in from Huppy. Lehman makes a save, then watch the slash from Warren Tate. Huppy turns round, in comes Cloutier. Cloutier's trying to get his team going, Nick. The Coventry Blaze tonight, I still feel that. I still think that it's the Steelers that need to win this game, must win this game from a league title. But Coventry have been there before, they've done it before as Cornish just comes in. Big penalty's going to be taken here by Jeremy Cornish. Vickerdale grabs a guy, Thomas grabs a guy, and Vickerdale and Tate are still battling. But Cornish came from nowhere over the top. He's going to get a minor, at least. Vickerdale and Warren Tate still. Then Thomas comes in on Vickerdale.
Thomas pushes forward. Vickerdale was having a few punches at Warren Tate there. Warren Tate not doing anything about it, but Sarich is going to get called for the charging, and
let's just see Jeremy Cornish come right in over the top. Here's Cornish.
It is Cornish taking that call, and Coventry have a chance to double their lead now.
In the back of the boards, outlet pass Sarich, finds Steve Munn. We hit the halfway mark of this game. Blaze lead 2-1 as Munn forces forward. And now Soderstrom will come in and a left hand from Munn. And here we go, folks. Munn is trying to just punch anything. He's got Soderstrom. And Soderstrom with a left. Now Munn just finishes on Soderstrom. Soderstrom hit with a left. Munn was having none of it. And I think that all started. Steve Munn got the puck into Koenig.
Yeah, Koenig covered up the Munn. Munn doing what I would expect a good forward-checking forward to do right now, which is to get underneath Koenig's skin. Because that bucks every goalie when he's got his hand on the puck, and you come in, you take that little bit of a jab at him. And Munn doing a good job to try and get his team back into this game. Give him a bit of life, give him a little bit of a spark, and then Soderstrom doing a good job defending his goalie and doing exactly what he should. But here you can see, just comes in, gives that little bit of a dig. It bugs Koenig, and that's what you want to do. You want to get this goalie off of his rocker a little bit. And then, of course, the ensuing melee begins afterwards, where you have to protect your goalie, and you got to say good marks to Soderstrom for sticking up for Koenig.
Soderstrom straight in, and the little Swede gave as good as he got in the early part.
This might be an ugly end to the period here, so I would imagine that Jeremy Cornish might have something to say. As the period comes to an end, Christensen comes across, and now he wants to have a few words. Dagenet is out there. Thomas and Christensen, are they going to go here? Well, here we go, the benches are already emptied. Some might be ringside seats. Jeremy Cornish is somewhere in there. He says to Christensen, if you're dancing with me. Stan Fishen, he's there as well. Those two have already had words this season. Been a good game so far. End of the period. Jody Lehman steps across. Now Randy Dagenet comes in on Hemingway. And everybody wants to have a little chat here. Dagenet comes across and he says a little bit more. Here we go. As it come dancing for the end of the second period in a row. Hemingway's got a lot to say for himself. Dagenet wants to get at Hemingway. Steve Munn's out of the penalty box, he's having words. Cornish just stands away from the action.
End of the second period, the Steelers lead 2-1. Let's hear it for the Sheffield Steelers.
not quick particularly in terms of speed as Garside comes in. Now another shot, Lehman will deal with that. Steve Munn holds up. Now Jeremy Cornish, he doesn't need to be asked twice. Stefishen, there we go, Cornish is going to go. Adam Stefishen and Cornish goes down early doors. Now he gets up and he's ready to go. They're throwing rights and lefts. Cornish took one early in that fight. And Stefishen seems to have done pretty well on him so far. Cornish trying to get loose again. That might be them done in this game. Didn't quite catch it right off the bat, but Stefishen done his bit for his team. And he fought Jeremy Cornish and put up a very, very good account of himself. Cornish will probably want to have a little bit more of that. But with it being after the whistle, does that mean these two are going to be booted out of the game? Hemingway, shot into the body of Jody Lehman. And now Munn and Hemingway get together. Christensen comes in, he sidelines Munn, and here we go, we're dancing again, folks. Steve Munn having plenty to say for himself. Christensen's in there as well. Munn just pulls away from the trouble. Well, how's he going to call this one, Michael Hicks? Hemingway will take two. Steve Munn will take two. Big loss for the Steelers, this. Mind you, big loss for the Capitals. Hemingway a good player. 2:52 to go.
It goes in there. Little tug once. He moves his man in. That's a hard hit on the boards. Penalty coming. Steelers will go on another power play here. Andre Payette will be called. As Jody Lehman approaches the bench, the whistle blows. And very quickly, Steve Munn steps into Andre Payette. Not happy that Payette took a little bit of advantage of Ashley Tate there on the boards. There's no penalty this time round. Payette having a little word there for Jason Hewitt. Telling you, this game may get a bit antsy. Payette's not going to line up. This could be turning into a bit of a fight fest, a slugfest, a bloodbath, whichever way you want to look at it. Steelers 5-1 up. Here is Finnerty. Goes round Campbell, ghosts in. Cornish out there again on the power play with a chance, and Cornish has scored against his former club. Well, repaying the faith shown in him by Dave Matsos, Cornish has extended the lead to 5 goals. And the Sheffield Steelers will go in at the end of this third period up by 6 goals to 1. Jeremy Cornish will love that moment. Scoring against his old pals. And folks, stay with us. This game may be done in terms of scoreline, but I gotta say, there may be more trouble. The Sheffield Steelers better be ready to win in the alley. Oh, this place is rocking. Cornish with a second chance. Forward it goes into the corner. Saric hit hard on the play. He then cross-checks Andre Payet. Here we go, folks. Are these two going to go? Well, that's it. Payet against Saric. I've got a bit of a wrestling match here. Saric's helmet is off. And he and Payet are ragging each other around a bit. Payet's trying to throw the right. Saric's just hanging on for the moment. Can he get anything loose? He tries a right to the body. And still Andre Payet is trying to get himself loose, but Saric has got that farm boy strength and he's going to dump Payet right on his backside. Probably only threw 2 punches, but you know what? The Steelers' #1 offensive defenseman against Andre Payet, the wild thing, the tough guy. He's had plenty to say for himself. He's good for a couple of fights a year, Rod Saric. Not what he's known for. He's a big man at 6'3", and he'll get a high five. He'll get a high five as Steve Munn goes in. He's a tap on the shoulder, and guys like Cornish and Munn really appreciate it when the more skilled players every once in a while drop the gloves and they do their little bit for the team. Two for elbows and a 5-minute major for fighting. Saric will get... Wonder whether he's thinking of maybe dropping the gloves tonight, Jeremy Cornish. Not sure who would really want to take him on though. Just 21 more seconds remaining. Hutchins having a few words there with Jeremy Cornish. Where are you going to go? We'll have a little look at each other and then skate away from the plate. What's going to happen here? Steelers will send this one in deep, and here we go, folks. We're going. It's Cornish against Hutchins, and the Sheffield Steelers 22 is absolutely bossing this one. All left right into the mush. And Hutchins doesn't really know whether it's Christmas or breakfast right now. Taps him on the shoulder, he says thanks very much. Well, hats off to Hutchins for accepting the deal. Finger in the air, he says #1. That one's for the Vipers fans. And Jeremy Cornish will accept his 5-minute major and skate down the ice.
I'm getting a little jumpy here. Dave, the ones to watch, you picked Brad Voth, first of all, for the Cardiff Devils. I got a feeling the ones to watch are for one part of the game.
Yeah, I think Brad Voth and Jeremy Cornish will get to know each other tonight, but Brad Voth brings so much to the Cardiff Devils. Leadership, experience, he scores goals, he provides energy.
Guys.
Pardon?
He cripples guys.
He cripples guys. He even crippled his own team. Phil Hill is out of the lineup tonight because Brad Voth banged into him. He's not only putting players from other teams in hospital, he's putting his own players in hospital. He's 6'5", he's 235. He's a great leader, a great guy, and he'll score. And you know what? I don't think Jared Adams will want him fighting tonight, but I think David Matsos will want him fighting tonight.
Now, with Cornish playing in the lineup with Brad Voth there, he's going to get regular ice, isn't he? He's going to get regular shifts.
Oh, I think Jeremy Cornish playing with Jason Hewitt and Warren Tate will get, 3 lines. David Matsos will run. They'll get regular ice all night. But I do think that Jeremy Cornish will be very interested in seeing a lot of Brad Voth tonight. In fact, just over my back, you can see, Jeremy Cornish there, and he was actually antagonising Brad Voth in warm-up, making sure that Voth knew he was there. And I think that Jeremy Cornish will be looking for Brad Voth right off the get-go tonight. First, and Garrow finishes, a bit of a hold, no penalty call. Shepherd then also finished on Patrico. Finnerty and Patrico battling in the corner. Shepherd comes to help him out. He's got Garrow to mind. Penalty against the Cardiff Devils coming in. Here's a chance for Finnerty, went 5-0. And O'Shea shot his legs, and now Voth and Finnerty. And there's a definite mismatch in size there. And Voth is, well, you know what? He's going to find a competitor in Ryan Finnerty. There's the big fella.
Well, Finnerty, just keeping the legs moving, comes from down low behind the goal line and gets a good scoring opportunity.
Ryan Finnerty is the man with the big one-liners, and you can imagine the small Finnerty there was just feeding Voff the one-liners there. I wouldn't want to be next to Brad Voff though doing that. I get scared when I'm just interviewing him. Soon Ryan Finnerty headmans the puck, puts the brakes on, gets the puck out to Steve Munn. Steve Munn's in a position he doesn't find himself in often, behind the goal of the opposition. Steve Munn, he's the one with the nosebleed, drops it down to the loose puck out front, second shot, big battle there from Munn, and now there's another penalty, and it's Voff again on Finnerty, loose puck out in front, and it's Brad Voff for a cross-check on Finnerty, and then a punch into the face of Ryan Finnerty.
And then the linesman saw that, and if he doesn't
and then Steve Munn comes across to Voff, and Jonathan Phillips is saying the linesman has a word with Murray Hansen, and that's an interesting one. Mark O'Conan, the linesman, straight across to Murray Hansen because Murray Hansen didn't see the second one.
Look at Finnerty right there. It comes out from behind. There's a cross check from Voff, and then the play it continues as Voff's going. The call gets is called, and Voff just punches Finnerty right in the head, and Mark O'Conan, the linesman, saw it, and I think he's going to be serving 2+2.
And then this was the other one, and this is the one that Murray Hansen didn't watch. Didn't see that.
Yeah. Well, the linesman didn't.
But I'm looking up at the score, and I'm only seeing a 2-minute penalty at the moment, but now we've got the double minor confirmed.
Yeah.
So 4 minutes of power play for the Sheffield Steelers. They're not going to have this all night, Nick. He just can't keep the puck in. It went out. Ashley Tate will be a bit disappointed, but that puck went in. And then there's a bit of afters again. Tate and Brabia. Now we've got Stone involved. All happened after the offside, and it was offside.
Ashley Tate upset with that, that little push there, and then he retaliates against Stone, and two stalwarts of the British game, letting each other know that they're around, and I like that.
Good little replay there, just showing that it was offside as well. So the linesman did get it right.
I'm just sitting here trying to get Ashley Tate's stats, because
he's got about 802 now.
He's got, he's obviously their leading scorer, but he's there's Max Verbeer, 2 minutes for roughing. But Ashley Tate, I want to go back. I think he still has about 64 minutes in penalties already.
Massive hit off Voff. Talbot, long pass out to Jeff Legui. Jeff Legui takes a shot, a bouncing puck, and he still managed to get a bit of it. Talbot gets taken down by Jared Adams. Big hit comes in from Cornish, and Jeremy Cornish is going to take a penalty for an interference call, a big late hit on Patrico, and this game is about ready to ball over. It's going to be a charging penalty, actually, and we haven't had a penalty in this third period for a while, and Jeremy Cornish has come out with a late hit on Patrico.
You could just see Cornish was just chomping at the bit to get on the ice, and he came out and took the head off of the Cardiff Devil there. But it was, you could see he was looking for something there, wasn't he? He wanted to get something involved anyway.
He was looking to get involved there, but has he cost the Sheffield Steelers? Watch this, it's light and bang, just energy coming off the bench. You can see other guys coming off. You can see another angle of this, and here comes Corning. Little late, bang, what a hit. And that's a former teammate, Patrico. But here could be a momentum or a turning point, couldn't it, Nick, for the Cardiff Devils? 2 minutes of power play time.
Big hit on those boards. We're going to get a bit of to and fro. It's Jeremy Cornish in action here. And this is a bit of danger. The linesman trying to split things up. Campbell is the man that Cornish was trying to land some punches on. And Campbell tries to go in the wrong penalty box. Cornish pointing the finger. I don't think Campbell would ever really want to go in that scrap. Not really his cup of tea. Given about 4 inches and about 30 pounds up. 25-year-old from Duncan, British Columbia. Well, the talking will continue between those two. While we sort this out, I would imagine that there will be a Basingstoke power play at the end of all of this. as the Steelers' door remains open.
Penalty against the Basing Stoke.
Here's the official call.
17, Derek Campbell, a 2-minute penalty for elbows. Bison 17, Derek Campbell, 2-minute penalty for elbows. Liberator Sheffield Steelers 22.
Put out in front, it goes well. Cut out though by the Cardiff Devils. We're still goalless in this one, as Lehman leaves it for the Steelers defenseman to clear. Big hit on the boards. Is there going to be a bit of afters here? Cornish is squaring off with Deschatelet, and these two are going to go centre ice. Bit of pushing and shoving. Cornish has got the better of Deschatelet so far. Trying to grab that helmet and get it off. Now he does. Looking to release the right hand. Some good lefts then from Cornish. Deschatelet. It's a money odd scrap, and he's doing pretty well here. Not just a scrap with Deschatelet. Tries to throw a good right into the face of Cornish. He's done well here, Deschatelet. Cornish, though, should finish him off. He's got him all twisted around into the headlock. Everybody jumps in. Deschatelet's looking like he's still swinging. Arms up in victory for JC. And that was a point towards Brad Voth. Devils try and come away. Penalty coming against the Sheffield Steelers. High shot comes in. We get a bit of a push and shove here. It's going to happen. Voth just punches Munn right in the face. These two are talking. Are they going to go? Here they do go. Voth against Steve Munn. They're wrestling with each other, trying to get free. Now the helmets are off. Voth, the much bigger man. And Steve Munn always willing to stand up for his teammates. Tough scrap though, that's a good punch coming in from Voth. Munn trying to get some rib shots in there to try and release. Voth with a big right hand over the top. Now he's getting the better of things here. The linesman now will jump in. I think Steve Munn might get the extras here for no tie down. He rubs the bunts. He knows he's had a few shots on the top of that head. Well, still in the first period, and we've already had a couple of scraps. But I would imagine the Devils will end up with the power play out of this. Sarich bails himself out though. It was an unfortunate one, well read, but the Steelers go back the other way. Here's Tate, drop pass from him. Big shot coming. Oh, that is an awful, awful hit. Tate is down, and Brad Voth has elbowed him right in the head, and we've got all kinds of carnage on the boards. Steelers go in again. It's Munn and Voth round two. As Tate has not moved. He's down on the ice as it continues to kick off on the far side. Brad Voth, a very, very dirty hit, and he should be serving a long, long suspension. Steve Munn, not a happy camper. Still, Tate hasn't moved. He's out absolutely stone cold. And that was a blindside hit as Jody Lehman tries to challenge Brad Voth. And the Steelers get in there again. And this one could all continue to kick off. And again, it does kick off. Randy Dagenet is involved in there. But the Steelers feel that Voth's taken a massive liberty, and he's done more than that. Andy Carson skates at Jody Lehman. Well, disgusting. Brad Voth is a good guy, he's a nice guy, but that has no place in a hockey rink. This will be talked about for weeks and weeks and weeks. And if he doesn't get a lengthy, lengthy ban from the Elite League, as Ashley Tate sits there. Voth knew that Tate wasn't looking. Look at the bruise on the side of his head. Makes you feel sick, doesn't it? Massive bruise on his right temple, really. He's helped off the ice by his brother Warren and Jason Hewitt. Well, I'm sure you're going to rewind and watch that in slow motion. But my take on that was, as the pass went down low, Voth was coming, never broke his stride, just carried on going, and then bang, that right elbow right up into the cranium. Goodwill to all men, no goodwill to Brad Voth tonight. He deserves everything he gets. Why a good player like him has to pull that kind of cheap rubbish, I'll never know. Well, Andy Carson has got a lot of sorting out to do right now. He's trying to send the Sheffield Steelers to the bench. .42 seconds to the end of the period. And I think Andy Carson wants to call an end to the period, as the Devils are booed off. As Andy Carson will try and calm this game down. They're putting down the ice. Steelers get some space as well. Top of the circle, it's Shepherd. He uses his body well. Cornish will score! Kaboomski! Big smiles for Big JC. And the Steelers have their third goal of the period. In went Cornish. It was a lovely bit of play from Shepherd to find him. And Cornish doubles the advantage for Sheffield. 12:19 to go in period number 2. Steelers 4, Devils 2. So a good Sheffield Steelers weekend. It's going to be a 4-point weekend. There's no way the Giants can get back, as in comes big Jeremy Cornish. Oh, well, he throws a hit on Stevie Lyle, and here we go. Paul Moran's going to get involved. I think he's been saved here by Jason Hewitt. He's brave, Moran. Brave and probably a bit stupid. Cornish has a few words for Lyle as he skates by. He was questioning the call. He can't quite believe it, big JC. But credit to Paul Moran. You know what? Somebody runs your goalie, you've got to jump in and you've got to make sure you drop your gloves and tell them that they can't do that. But this could cost the Sheffield Steelers some power play time. They extend their aggregate lead to 2, and they take the lead on the power play here at Ice Sheffield. Here we go, scrap right off the bat. Jeremy Cornish against the young Brit.
Andrew Sharp and Cornish with lefts. Trying to rip the helmet off here. The linesman will jump in. What a bravery from the young kid. To go right off the bat. Jeremy Cornish. I enjoyed that challenge. Into Koenig. Infinity having words behind the play here. Here we go. We're having a few words. Appreciate Infinity. Infinity drops the gloves. Appreciate just looks at him. He's ready to go there, Finner. Appreciate lefty. Experienced fighter. Thanks for EIHL experience. And Sylvan Appreciate. I wonder how Michael Hicks, the referee, will see this one.
And the Steelers block it well in front. It was Randy Dagenais. I think that might have been off a thumb. Steelers into the zone. Oh, it's Munn. He's got a man with him. Tip and a goal. Jason Hewitt, number 9. And the Steelers are relentless. And Hewitt is going to go with Riddle. He jumps straight in there with a cross check. And Riddle and Hewitt are going to have a scrap. He scores a goal and has a fight. And Hewitt, well, he won in the scoring stakes, but he lost in the fighting stakes. As Dean Riddle is relentless here, and it's all going to kick off. Riddle and Hewitt jump up again. The linesmen are in. Linesmen either need to let go, as Finnerty and Phillips are going to let him go. Here we go. Finnerty and Phillips are having a line dance here. Good left. And Finnerty's trying to throw the big right hand. Phillips, the bigger man, the young Brit. And these two are having a good old dance down here. Phillips trying to get on the inside. Phillips has got him all stretched out though for a second, and now they come back to the inside. These two all stretched up. That's a good right hand from Finnerty, and now he pounds him into the ice. Plenty of balls from the whole Stingrays youngster, the Great Britain international. Hung in there well. And Finnerty's frustrations come to the fore. Hewitt is holding his left hand a bit awkward. I think he'll get the extras. He'll probably get thrown out for that. But it's come dancing at the house, well, not the House of Steel, across the street.
Son, you're playing.
Here we go, Gary.
Cornish and Schmier, centre ice. 4:57. Cornish and Schmier. Schmier's knocked him out in Newcastle. Cornish now at Sheffield.
Here it comes.
Cornish comes in, grabs the shirt. They're both throwing.
Throw rush, man.
Schmiersy lands a big one. Cornish lands a bit of an uppercut. Now Schmier's on top.
Oh, yes.
Schmier is pounding him. Ryan Schmier pounds him. Cornish won't get down. Now he's down. Ryan Schmier wins it. Wins it by a mile. Ryan Schmier salutes the crowd.
Oh, look at the wrong bench, son.
Good tilt. Ryan Schmier wins it by a mile. The cross, Manzano getting stuck in, but Ferreira comes away with the puck. Saric bangs him on the boards. Ferreira keeps going and comes away with the puck. Right to the side of the net on the shot from Ryan Schmier. He just has a look over his shoulder to make sure Saric wasn't doing anything untoward. Myers turns away from Levers, comes to the front, backhand. Jody Lehman saves, it's loose. Yeah! In the back of the net. Referee says no goal. Now they're piling in. Gloves are off. Jason Hewitt and Steve Peltier. Brit versus import. Hewitt hanging on. He's ended up on top. Not much of a scrap.
Well, the way I scored that, Peltier won that route.
The I've only ever seen Hewitt in 2 fights before. Both against a Brit, and he got hammered in both.
Panthers, home penalty box. This is sponsored by